many rare cars in Grand Theft Auto Online, and in this video we're going to be covering all of them and how to get them. So for this one, you're just going to need a stock Sand King or a customized one that you've bought off the Southern San Andreas Super Autos website. Just come to this LS Customs by Sandy Shores at the strip here, and in that car park you should see that there will be one that spawns. There's going to be a yellow version as well as a blue version with a back canopy on it. There's also another method you can try, which is launching up the mission Time to Get Away, or you can go to the Fort Zancudo location and there'll be a gas station around there. If you guys are familiar with that, there's also two that spawn there. These do only spawn during the daytime, and they're just a really cool car to store in your garage. This one here, you don't necessarily need to have a stock ruiner, it just does help. So I just drove a couple of loops through the city Los Santos customs here, eventually gave up on the ruiner, so I just grabbed the stock Fudo. I found either of these vehicles do help in the spawn rate of the ruiner, so I just grabbed the blue version that spawned. I made sure I put full coverage on the vehicle, then just started up the mission Time to Get Away, came back to the LS Customs, and the yellow one had spawned after a couple of times driving around here. Now there's a few rare vehicles that do just randomly spawn at the LS Customs. Right here we've got the Dominator that has got a chrome paint scheme on it, which is pretty cool, and there's also a few other vehicles that will spawn here. The Benefactor Serrano is another one that does spawn here. Unfortunately you can't keep this. The Coil Voltic as well in the Time to Get Away mission. So yeah, just head over there at random parts of the day and you should find some vehicles there. So there's a few different ways you can get the Dubstar. One way is by giving Miss Baker a call if you have the casino penthouse and requesting a Dubstar, or you can just find a stock one off the street as displayed on screen there. Then you can just circle around this LS Customs until one spawns in. Of course, be sure to be doing this during the day. However, if that's simply just not working for you, you can make your way to the LS Customs down by the airport, and you will see that there should be one that spawns there. Not all the time, but it's pretty rare this. So yeah, they do sell for a pretty decent price if you're a beginner, and there's also a gold version that is quite desirable. Make your way over to Grove Street and just to these car parks here. There'll be quite a few throughout here, and it really just depends on luck in terms of this. So these do spawn during the day as well. I've found during sunset hours around 6 p.m, and you'll probably notice that there's a pattern here. So for example, if I'm looking for a Buccaneer, I'm going to make sure that I have a stock Buccaneer, and then the rare one should appear. Same for the Tornado, the Manana, and also the Peyote Gasser. Now the Peyote Gasser is probably the most rare vehicle out of all of these, I would say. So if you do find one of them, be sure to store it in your garage. Honestly, I've tried all the different methods of trying to find these vehicles, being invite only, public lobby, and the Time to Get Away mission, and I really can't put a finger on it. So just take your pick and try your luck. You'll see this pretty rare, or it's been rare for quite a long time now, but it's a yellow Sentinel XS, and for some reason a lot of people like to come back to trying to get their hands on this vehicle. Now it wasn't actually from driving around another Sentinel that I did find this, don't get me wrong, I did find one that way, but I actually just picked up a random stock vehicle and drove on the street between the hours of 9 p.m. and 3 a.m. So it's just between the Tinsel Towers and Eclipse Towers apartment, and you will see there's a yellow version and the purple version. I personally prefer the purple version, but you guys can let me know in the comments down below. So you can actually store this as well as sell it. Now a pretty fun one here, you guys can come to this location on the map between the hours of 12 a.m. and 3 a.m. It's going to be this pink stretch limo, which is pretty sick. It's got some nice lights on the side of it. This is pretty much going to spawn out every single time, so just be sure to come over to this location, and unfortunately you can't store this in your garage, but yeah, you can have a lot of fun with it as shown on screen here. I don't know what I was doing, but yeah, I was just having some fun with this car, and I think you guys should too. Probably one of the most rare vehicles in the game. Come to this location on screen by Mount Chiliad and make sure you're here around 7 p.m. in game. Now just wait a little bit after 7 p.m. and you're going to see my terrible sniping skills here, but you just want to take out the people in this vehicle and then make your way over to the Mariachi, where you will be able to take it, lose the cops, and bring it back to your garage. Now to save the time to drive back to your garage, you can actually get a cargo bob, pick it up, and just simply drop it back. So yeah, you can see by the gameplay, it took a while. For this next one, just come to this store on the right side of the map. From here, hold up the store, and for some reason I just waited until the cash was handed over, and from there leave the store, and that gives enough time for the cops to be on your back. From here, just make your way to the back of the ammo gun store and just be stationary on this arrow here. Eventually you're going to look at your minimap on the left hand screen here, and you'll see that there's going to be a cop going along the highway. Now this is between the hours of 11 AM and 3 PM in game, and you can just take that cop out, and the police bike is yours, not to keep but just to have fun with in the game. In the meantime, I actually found a BF surfer just chilling on the highway, so I grabbed it, and from here this leads into our next one, where we'll make our way to this location at the top left hand corner of the map. Just grab that BF surfer that you have collected, or if you've purchased one, you can make your way over to this point of the map, and you're going to see there's a pretty rare BF surfer here, so it's a little different. It is going to have a nice gold sort of finish through it, as well as gold rims, which is pretty awesome, alongside a stellar red paint scheme to go alongside with it. Before our next vehicle, there's also one other we should mention. It's the Bifter, and this vehicle you can't unfortunately keep, but you can just have fun with it in the game. It's a nice off-roading vehicle, and it will spawn randomly here as well. For this next one here, just come to the LS Customs at the top of the map. It's going to be near Mount Chiliad, and from here you can use a Sand King, you can use a Dune Loader, or also a Muscle Car. This will also help your chances of spawning this one in, but on my first go this did spawn in, so yeah, it is rare, but they will spawn in quite frequently. Just go to your truck bed selection here, and then select another truck bed, and just scroll through on your D-pad until you land on the stock truck bed, and now you should have a glitched out or sort of invisible truck bed on the back, and this can make it even more rare. I just came back to the location again after doing some customization features, and there's also a green version that spawns in. You can do the same thing again, and that is 2 rare rat loaders. Now it is time for some honorable mentions. First up, it is the Space Docker. Now this is unlocked as a Pegasus vehicle after reaching sponsorship tier 500 in Arena War. It's for those on next gen, but I have seen only a few players online who have unlocked it. Probably the most rare vehicle in GTA Online. It's just epic. You've also got the Go-Go Monkey Blister. This is a free vehicle accessible to claim once you reach skill level 20 through the Arena War. Overall, it's a fun, compact vehicle. And we've also got the Clown Van, which is unlocked at sponsorship tier 75 through the Arena War, similarly to the Space Docker, and those 3 vehicles are certainly rare. So there you have it. That's all the rare cars in GTA Online. If you did enjoy and it helped you out, please leave a like and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll catch you in my next one. Peace.